To the brother Azariah. Yeah, we good.
Break us out.
All right, Shalom. Hey,
Speak with authority, brother. Right.
Yeah, hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
First off, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honor to the elders and apostles, a great millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And Shalom to hopeful elect brothers and sisters that believe in this truth and that fear in the names of Yahweh Yahweh Shai. Right? Say, hey, this is GMS Pittsburgh coming back again. You know, we're at the riverside instead of in the downtown area in the opening of of the gates that we're usually at, right? Because we got this this rainbow festival.
Yep.
That's going on down here, man. It's gonna be going on for a minute. You know, the whole month of June is dedicated to the rainbow. You know, and it's abominable, presentation. Let's put it like that. You know, right? So, hey, we're gonna get into the precepts, man. Hey, get into the prophecies and the different things that's going on in the world. You know, however the Spirit bring it out.
Somebody get I think it's Genesis 17. How the Lord set the bow in the cloud. Oh, I already got it. It's just actually Genesis chapter 9. All right, so this is the book of Genesis chapter 9, verse 13. I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth. And it shall come to pass, when I bring a cloud over the earth, that the bow shall be seen in the cloud, and I will remember my covenant, which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh. And the water shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh, and the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, that I may remember the everlasting covenant between the Most High and every living creature of all flesh that is upon the earth.
Right. So this is the original significance of the rainbow, right? As a covenant with all flesh upon the earth, that the Lord would not flood it with water again, right? But today, in this time, all right, this devil has made it profane, okay? Which profane means outside the temple. So this is outside of the pleasure of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, right? So he's made it profane. He's coupled it with being a sodomite, right? He's made the rainbow as a symbol of being a sodomite.
Yeah, come. That's why in Psalms 50 it tells you, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, seeing that thou casting my words behind thee, man. This devil took the promise that the Lord made to not flood the earth, and he's making mockery of it. It seems like he's trying to tempt the Lord. I know you said you wouldn't, but I'm gonna take this symbol and use it. You know, he do shit to purposely anger the Most High, because he thinks that he is the Most High. So he's like, I don't care what you're talking about in the Bible, nigga. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna turn it on this side.
Yeah, because you said this symbol was for not to flood the earth anymore, right? But we're going to use your beautiful symbol, which it is. We're going to use your symbol to flood the earth with this false narrative of what? Of wickedness, right? So now when people look at the bow, they think of what? Because now they leave off from the true meaning of what the bow represents, what I just read. Now they think upon what? This, the acts of abomination when the bow is being mentioned, or when the bow is being seen, to the point now where somebody give me Proverbs 22 verse 6 real quick, just to make this point. Because now when the children in the schools, when they see the image of the bow, now they automatically think of the whole festivities and the acts of wickedness instead of the acts of the Most High Yahweh.
Yeah.
Why Yahweh Shai? Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. It's been turned from a beautiful symbol of the Most High's covenant with the earth to not destroy it by flood, to something that if you wear it, you're identified as a certain way. You know what I'm saying? You can't, as a man, you can't walk around with that symbol upon you, because you will get a negative connotation. All right? Because of, surely that I turn the things upside down shall be esteemed as his potter's clay. Everybody looks at Eve's perception as, oh, this is the way it is. Okay? And so Eve has done this. And they go into this in their Talmud. You know, how they're trying to change the kinds and unify them. You know, because of some sick, twisted way of thinking that's going to bring things into some type of order. You see? So the people that's why it says that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, man. Okay? But against principalities, against powers, against wickedness in high places, the rulers of darkness in the high places, man. And who's that? That's these Ashkenazis, man. These Khazars, man. The small hat. The miniature hat. The mini hat. Okay? The little hat people. They are behind the scenes pushing that Talmud on everybody, man. And you don't even know it.
Another term we're gonna use is the Spankies. Because if you knew Spanky off Lord Rascal, he was a small hat. He was a 1948er. Yeah. So the Spankies.
And he had them dressed up as one in the bank.
Yeah, but his hat.
Damn.
Hit your preset.
You know that?
You're right.
I thought
he did dress up as one. I just forgot about that.
He dressed up as one and the one that he
But
always kept
on his daily,
That was
he
a
wore his
yarmulke?
joint.
That was a yarmulke?
Yeah.
Damn. That's crazy. Thought it was a baseball cap. I didn't even pay no attention. I got it. I never really thought about it. Bro, was like,
All types of
bing,
revelations.
the light bulb went off. Wait a minute.
This is Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 6. It says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Yeah. Sorry, brother.
Right, so like the Rose was going into, well, we were speaking about this earlier, okay? They're mixing the two of this this festival of great pride and this arts festival.
Yeah.
And you're setting a bad example to children. That's why the scriptures told you that you should put these people to death. After it told you about the judgment, it said so that you shall put evil away from Israel. Y'all know where that precept is? Where it's like, you know, a certain judgment where it's like so that you may put evil away from, you know what I'm saying?
We'll get it.
Because what you're teaching the children right now through your media and these different examples you put in society is evil, man.
Daniela, did you want me to hit yours?
I
You
got
want me to
one
pull
of
this out after yours?
There is a few.
Don't.
You was holding one though?
Yeah, there's one.
Just get Just use the example of 17.
That's what I was about to get
Use the
that.
example.
It's Deuteronomy 17 and verse 12.
Because you had a lot of different, there's a lot of different judgments and consequences behind different things that Jake was doing, and so that influence or so that way wouldn't be esteemed, so to speak, or followed.
Copy, yeah.
You know, copy. You know, we would have to what? We would have to put it out,
Right.
like a fire. Like if a fire spreads in the wild, like what they say, wildfires, right? If it spreads, that shit can get out of control.
Yeah.
You know, so the Lord will want us to what? Nip that thing in the ass, or nip it in the butt, as they say, as soon as possible. You know, and since judgment is not going right now, well, you see what's going forth, and the person that's ruling. But go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 17 and verse 11. It says, according to the statutes of the law which they shall teach thee, and according to the judgment which they shall tell thee, thou shalt do. Thou shalt not decline from the sentence which they shall shew thee to the right hand nor to the left. And the man that will do presumptuously and will not hearken unto the priest that standeth to the minister there before the Lord thy God, or unto the judge, even that man shall die, and thou shalt put away the evil from Israel.
Right. Because actions and behaviors have a way of catching like wildfire, catching on. You know, if there was an example of if a young man was stubborn and rebellious and things, that he would have to be stoned after so many times of trying to reprove him. And once he came to the elders, it was like, all right, everybody got to pick up a stone, kill this nigga. All right, get him up out of here.
He just wants to sit around the house, drink up all the wine.
He don't want to listen.
Yep.
They tell him to get up and help and do this. He ain't doing shit.
Don't want to work.
So, what would that set an example of? Because the scriptures tell you to bow down your children's neck, put them to labor, beat them on the sides. You know, certain things you had to do to keep them in check. All right. It said, what a child left to itself becomes a self-will, right?
Yep. Self-will. Yep.
Horse not broken become a self-will.
But when you actually think about it, even going deeper into it, as the scripture says, honor thy father and thy mother.
Yeah.
So basically what this child was really doing is he was dishonoring them because he wasn't being what? Obedient to their word.
Or even productive. You know how it talks about when you go out, you represent your
Productive.
yeah.
Yeah.
represent your family when you go out.
Yeah,
You
and,
know?
and really, when you think about it too, with that type of mentality, he wasn't being a productive member of society.
Exactly.
He didn't want to. He didn't want to work.
He was tarnishing their name essentially. When he go out and he just be a nigger. And you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You know your daddy's prestigious. You turn out this way? Oh hell no! How they let that happen?
That's why you got that the terms of sons or daughters of Belial,
Oh,
right?
Belial,
Being
yeah.
being Belial, you know, being worthless, man, or good for nothing,
Yeah, come on.
you know.
Yep, and children are very impressionable. Okay, so here go little Taiwan or whatever. He's sitting over here doing what his parents tell him to do. Then he see little Raekwon over there ain't doing it. He like, well, damn, if Raekwon can get away with that shit, I can too. And now it's spreading. One apple spoils the bunch. One bad apple spoils the bunch. Y'all got to cut it out.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 5 and verse 16. It says, honor thy mother, honor thy father and thy mother, as the Lord thy God hath commanded thee, that thy days may be prolonged, and that it may go well with thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
Hey, did you get the judgment on?
Yeah, so that's not being pushed in the society. You know, the ways of Yahweh Shai is not being pushed. So when it talks about, the scriptures say, honor thy father and honor thy mother. Well, in this society, really, they don't even really promote honor, so to speak, of your mother. They really promote to worship your mother, all right? Through the different folly days, so-called holy days that they got in the society. Because it's really all about honoring and lifting up the woman with the Queen of Heaven spirit, right? So that's why, you know, when everything, the mother gets all the so-called honor, you know, all the so-called gifts. When you think about Mother's Day, when you think about different other different holidays, festivities, it's always the mother gets all these different gifts. She gets flowers, she gets cars, she gets this, she gets that. But when it comes to the father, that nigga gets a hammer and some nails. You know?
Yeah.
I'm being funny with it, but all I'm saying is he don't get as much as what a mother would get.
Right.
But if people only knew, somebody give me numbers of 1 and 18 real quick. If people only knew biblically of where you really come from, yes, your mother plays a very important role. We don't never say that. But what we do say is the opposite of what society says. It starts with your father. Why do you think the scripture says honor your father,
And then it says,
then honor your mother? You see? We're not putting down, it's not, see, in this society, you're putting down a woman. How dare y'all? No.
woman has her proper position.
Woman has her proper position. A woman plays a beautiful role in society. Somebody give me Bound the Strong Man. And I'm gonna hit these 2 precepts and then give it back to the brother. Because there's a reason why in the society it's to bind the strong man, to destroy him mentally, physically, and spiritually. Why? So it's easier for him to what? Attack the woman. Because really a woman's a teacher. Not only a nurturer, she's a teacher. She's one of the first teachers, besides the husband leading the household. So for E to knock the man out, he attacks the woman. You see?
Yeah.
And once he gets her mind, he got the mind of the children. 9 times out of 10.
Yep, and it's in a child's nature to be closer to their mother, because a mother's the nurturer, and also too, when you think about the position of a father to be disciplinarian, there's going to be more of a gap there. The man has to maintain a bit of a distance. That's why it tells you not to be his friend. You know, when it talks about your son, not to coddle him, not to laugh at his ignorances and all these different things. You're supposed to keep him kind of at a distance and kind of be on his ass. You know, so that puts this kind of gap where it's like he gonna have that with his mama, like, oh, because mama just gonna love him. But you gonna be like, boy, what the fuck, boy, I told your ass that, boy. You again, right? You got to cave his little chest in. You know what I'm saying, or whatever, however you handle that.
You're establishing that order.
Yep.
You know, of I don't want to say harsh, but more of a
Putting that fear in him.
more of that tough discipline, which we need, and there's a lack of that in the society. So you see Jake just wilding. Go ahead.
This is Numbers chapter 1 and verse 18. And it says, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the 2nd month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from the 20 years old and upward by their posts.
Yeah, so contrary to popular belief, it's the father that carried the seed. You know, this upliftment of the mother of, you know, she is the sole creator of everything. That's BS. And like the brother said, that's some more BS that Ehab came up with. And Jake has fell for it. So it's really it's a high, and it really deals with these people on the sound first and foremost when it comes to that, of dishonoring your father. We're the only nation that's really big on that, of dishonoring your putting down your father first. You know, and uplifting the mother.
The rap music, the hip hop.
Yeah.
Dear mama.
That's what I was saying. That's what I said. Songs.
Yeah. You know, I want, athletes win trophies and awards. I want to thank my mom. Do you ever think and say, why is all these different athletes, Latino, Native American, right, Negro, Haitian? I'm just using their proverb and byword names. Why do you think that most of them all had the same sentence when they get up there? That's a curse, Jake.
Yeah.
But to you, we're not cursed.
Yeah, it's crazy because through the spirit today, I seen a skit. This guy, he's like a comedian or whatever, and Trey Rack. No, it's not Trey Rack. Somebody else. He did a skit where he was like, when you find out you're stronger than your dad. And in the skit, he was choking his dad out. And I'm saying to myself through the spirit while I'm watching I'm saying, this nigga got problems. He got daddy issues. Got to, because it was too real. It wasn't even funny. He was just like, yeah, dad, you know I can kill your ass right now. I was like, is he really saying this, like, thinking about his own dad situation? Like, I don't know, but, and there's even one that talks about shame of thy father, that is not thy glory, or something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
The dishonor of thy father is no honor unto thee.
There's no honor unto thee. But in this place, a man, these young niggas, they'll cuss their daddy out and feel like they're doing something good. My daddy wasn't shit. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't around, he da-da-da. It's a curse, Jake. That ain't no honor to you, though, to sit up there and dishonor your father like that. You know? Was your mama a demon? What's really going on? You know?
And a lot of times it be like that. You know?
I got one, but there's another one. Somebody find it. They could find it in the Apocrypha. It talks about like your dad gets in an old age. Basically, he's not strong as you. Or what not to do. So that backs up exactly what you're talking about. I got Proverbs chapter 23, verse 22. Hearken unto thy father that begot thee, and despise not thy mother when she is old. And then the brother's about to pop up the one about the father being in an older age, because you can't just mistreat them, because over time they get weaker. That's just that's the circle of life. Hit me that band, man.
Or Ecclesiasticus.
You got it?
3 and 12.
Go ahead, brother.
It says, my son, help thy father, so like in his age, and grieve him not as long as he liveth.
Ooh, see? Help him in his age. So meaning what? Your father's going to need your help eventually at a point in time, right? Because now you're going to be in your youth. You're going to have your strength. But your father is slowly but surely going to lose his.
Yep.
So he's going to need your help. Not guys, but he's going to need your help. He's going to need your youthfulness.
There's more too. And they show you this, I seen this like transitional picture where it showed like different stages of life. How you go from being a baby, you get tall, you get like a grown man, then you start curling back down again because you turn back into almost like a baby. And some old people have to wear diapers and have to get fed, and you know what I'm saying? All these things. So
yeah, especially in this generation we're in.
Yeah.
Because we used to be 80 and still strong.
Yep. Hundreds of years old.
Mm-hmm.
It's some more. It says, and if his understanding fail, have patience with him, and despise him not when thou art in thy full strength. For the relieving of thy father shall not be forgotten, and instead of sins it shall be added to build thee up. In the day of thine affliction, it explains itself, It's like arms almost against sin. In the day of thine affliction it shall be remembered, thy sins also shall melt away as the ice in the fair, warm weather.
So that still goes back to what? Honoring thy father and thy mother, Because there's a scripture in Apocrypha talking about when you dishonor your mother. It says,
more.
Get it. Go ahead.
It's the next one.
It is?
It says, he that forsaketh his father is as a blasphemer, and he that angereth his mother is cursed of the Most High.
Yep, that's the one.
That's the one. So, and you know what? You bad talking your daddy. The Lord looking at you as a blasphemer, man.
Right. Hey, in the law, when it says, honor thy mother and thy father, that your days may be long upon the earth. And I remember what is it, Elder Apostle Gabar and a couple, it's mostly Elder Apostle Gabar that I hear it from. He would give the account of how back in the day they would have a particular brother that used to be with him. He actually put a curse up on his father because he didn't get the truth, and then he got shot in the back. He got put in the hospital for that. You know, so even you're not supposed to put curses on your parents in the name of the Lord. The Lord, I believe the judgment. The Lord will kill you for that, man.
Or the
You know?
Lord can actually make what your tongue speaketh to come to pass.
Mm-hmm.
You know, He can actually take this individual from him if that's what he choose to do. All right, you got that Bind a Strong Man real quick.
Yeah.
All
This
right.
is Mark chapter 3 and verse, this point is in 27, but I'll start at 26. It says, and if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end. No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man and then will spoil his house.
Yeah. So basically, we want to go into. Let's just deal with a thief, right? A thief is gonna, for the most part, they're gonna go into a house that is what? Unprotected. Okay, they're gonna go when the people are not home, right? Usually, some thieves look at see if these people have an alarm system. You know, if they got a guard dog, because they say, you know what? It's a more likely chance that I'm gonna get away. Okay, I don't want to deal with all these different warnings and alarmings. You know.
Yep.
So.
I was gonna say, and men look at things from a different mindset because we are men. You know what I'm saying? I had a situation. I was out working in the yard, and I was doing the guard. My wife was out sitting in the yard. This car drove up. He was trying to slow down when he got by our house. And he hit a U-turn. He came back and he was looking at our yard. I'm like, "Fuck you looking at, nigga?" So I'm like, "Yeah, this nigga over here staring out in that yard, looking all nosy and stuff." My wife was like, "Oh, people gonna look, people just looking." I said, "Did he stop on the street?" She said, "No." I'm like, "See, that's that bullshit." I'm like, "You don't understand how men think. A man will see something he like, and he'll turn around and show you that in movies all the time. Ooh, look, it's a chick over there. Look at that ass. Well, hey, mama, come get in the car. But men are gonna think about things differently. This nigga on some bullshit.
Yeah.
You see? Because we're protectors.
Yeah, we're we're protectors, so our mind is thinking so many, rationalizing so many different things in our heads of boom, 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 boom. Women is just more like,
Da-da-da.
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, life is life.
Yeah.
We over here like,
She
that
can-
nigga bullshit.
She could be that way because she has a man.
Exactly.
You know, the man's that
But
the
that's
hedge
why
of protection.
she needed a man. That's why
Right.
she was either under her father or under her husband. It wasn't no solo women roaming around, because y'all was getting got if y'all was roaming around. What happened to them chicks when they went out and danced freely? Benjamin Kane. Why?
Right.
Could they fight it? Hell no.
Yeah.
Gang of women.
But you know, but what was held back? What was held back? The men.
Right.
Because remember, they let them go take them.
Yeah, that's true.
But the men was basically
Oh, yeah.
held back.
Yep. Yeah, they was.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep.
Come on. We ain't gonna start.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Chuck. Go ahead, bro. You go
So
ahead.
that's why I said if you're buying a strong man, okay, you have to get rid of that male, that strong male aspect in the house.
That's where we was at. So we was going on how the society is basically putting this
Uplifting the woman.
uplifting a woman, the false narratives, and so we got put buying a strong man out because it's easier to push their agenda without the man in the household. So yeah, that's when we hit the train of a child in the way he should go.
Yeah.
So now a lot of these single parent homes, the children, right, are being I don't even want to use the brainwash. The brainwash is a good word. You know, so they're being polluted. Their mind is being polluted and corrupted and bombarded with wickedness. Without the man there, they'd be like, oh, we're not doing that. Or look at the agenda behind this. Woman won't have no, they won't have no idea.
Well, you gotta understand that's why the serpent came to Eve, because Eve deal with more emotional type of things. This is why Eve will say, "Oh, have a gay, friend like that."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One of them type of friends. You know what I'm saying? And they more rationalize, or they more sympathize with people in different situations. Oh well, da. Now they pushing that on the children. Don't be like that, baby. I'm gonna teach you how to love. Daddy like, fuck all that.
Right. And a great example of this too. I'm gonna read this precept first, and I'm gonna right. Ecclesiasticus chapter 36 and 25, where no hedge is,
Yep.
there the possession is spoiled. And he that hath no wife will wander up and down mourning. Right. So where there's no hedge of protection, you can get your goods can be taken.
Yeah.
And part of your goods is what? Your woman and your children. A woman is a possession, right? You really you're supposed to own your children, but you know, with birth certificates or whatever, we're signed off into slavery, right? So, hey, this devil has strategically made a system that caters to women and pushes the man out of the house. In order for you to get these different government fundings, you can't have a man there, right? You have to be, you have to not be dependent on a man. A man can't be there to help you in order for you to get these government incentives, so to speak. You know?
And you'll see more and more women in power positions at jobs. I'm in a situation now where I'm getting trained by a woman. I'm getting the vibe that she gonna be my boss after too long. She already training me. I'm like, this is gonna be my boss. And I'm gonna have to deal with her emotions.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to deal with whatever little shit she got going on. Let's say she got a husband and she thinking adulterous thoughts toward me. Now I got to still be nice to this bitch because she my manager. Now I got to be, you know what I'm saying? Whole time I'm like, fucking bitch, you got a nigga.
Right.
You know? You talking too much to me. Go over there somewhere.
She gonna be on that time of month. She gonna be on the rag.
Yeah. Now we all unclean. Cause your ass bleed.
Right.
Go ahead.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. You know, so it's almost going into the same, you know, almost similar to the story of, you know how the women like to mention it, Deborah, right? Or I'll say Barak and Deborah.
Yeah.
You know, because really, yeah, that's why I try to say it that way. You know, because really, the women, they taking lead, so to speak, right? Not really, because the elect, the men, the prophets are really taking lead or taking charge. But according to this world, it's like as if the women are taking lead.
Yep.
You know, to this in this world society, not this the truth in the world of Israel, but in this society, the women are taking lead. So that it's like the Deborah spirit going on, you know. But it's just through the left hand,
Right.
you know.
Right. And when you really get down to it, it's really an illusion.
Yeah.
Right? They got Beyonce with that song that says, "Who run the world? Girls," right? When that's further from the truth. Half the women that got these multi-million dollar businesses that you see on TV, guess what? They're transformers.
Yeah, they are.
Right? They're men. Right? The people that run all of society, the elites, they're men. Right? So it's really an illusion to really destroy the Israelite man, for the most part. You know?
I just had the song Transformers play in my mind. Transformers, heathens in disguise. Heathens in disguise on you, man. And they just get lifted up to the top. Folly is set a great dignity, man. You know?
Is Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 12. It says, as for my people,
Isaiah 3 and what?
Isaiah 3 and verse 12.
Go to 9.
Oh, I got 3 and 9 right here.
I was thinking about that precept. What's that? Children rule over them? Is that the one you were just about to read? Can you read that one first?
Start at 9. Yeah, we just gonna start above.
Yeah, start above.
Go ahead.
It's Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 9. It says, the shoe of their countenance doeth witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom.
So it says they declare their sin, right? Sin is iniquity. Sin is what? Transgression of the law. But they declare their sin as Sodom. These things are being done what? Openly. Oh, to the world, openly. Right? We're being bombarded with this shit, man. Day in and day out. We're being bombarded. Like, so, imagine, okay, you know, the men of the Lord, right? We vex the filthy conversation of the wicked. And, you know, we be like, you know, thoughts, you know, as the scriptures say, not what the scriptures say, but as we spiritually turn the other cheek, You know, as we can get away and go walk, and you know, some brothers might fish, and some brothers might go to a hike, and some people might go to an area by a waterfall. Kids can't. Kids don't have a strong enough mindset to continue to fight off these different spirits. Hard enough as we're fighting off these different spirits, hard as it is, the children have no even power to do what we can do.
Yeah, and that's when a lot of spirits get introduced to you when you're a child. You have different people around you in your family that have certain spirits.
Yep.
And I had the opportunity as I got older to talk to some of these people, and I'm like, oh, they dealing with that spirit. He was around me when I was little. I dealt with that too, you know what I'm saying? And he dealing with that. Oh, I dealt with that too. I'm like, these people that was around me, these spirits kind of latch on to you sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
So that's why even within our culture, within Israel, you told the brother to bring out how we're supposed to put evil away from Israel.
Yeah.
All these different things got spirits behind them.
Yep.
So even with the father saying, look, right, I'm gonna marry my daughter to this individual, right? It's a background look. It's always like, okay, his dad, her father's a man of honor, right?
Right.
They come from a good household, and vice versa. These different things, right? Because ain't no way you're going to deal off your family, partially your inheritance, however that situation may be.
Yep.
So a goddamn nigger,
Right.
you know?
Hey,
This
hey.
nigga's a known thief.
Right. You can look at the situation between Tobit when Tobias when he got his wife, right? You know, of course, Tobit wouldn't want him to be with those Israelites who went off to do spiritual adultery. You know, that's why he asked about Raphael. I want to know what family you come from before I send you off with my son. You know, if you're of a good stock. And then he told him, son of Azarias the Great. He's like, I know him. We went up to Jerusalem to worship the Most High. And you know, so
You good to go.
right,
You good to go. I could put my trust in you. You know? But the same with his son Tobias. Remember when he met the father of what's her name?
Sarah.
Sarah, right? Or Sarai. When he mentioned of whom lineage he came from, he said, oh, okay, so I know of your lineage as well. You know? It's a good name. Okay, I can do well with marrying you off to my brother.
Right. And plus, they were according to the law, they was of the same tribe.
Absolutely.
He didn't have any sons.
Right.
So they had to marry within the tribe of Naphtali. So,
Yeah, we just was trying to back the point above, you know, acknowledging different spirits and things of that sort. Because it's a lot of things is bigger than what you really see. I mean, than it really seems. Like when you're dealing with the scriptures, a lot of things we might just read for face value, but it's deeper than that.
yeah.
Things is deep.
Yeah.
You know, or why certain things was taking man, it's whew. Go ahead.
Many layers to it. That's why it talks about the simplicity of Hamashiach, because it's layers to it. Everything has a face value, and then it has deeper layers, you know?
Yeah.
That's why Jake can't grasp it. Okay, that's why Jake is lost in the sauce when they read the scripture, because they say, oh, there's contradictions, or people try to explain it and say that it means this and da-da-da-da. Jake wants something tangible.
Right.
You ain't gonna always get that, man.
Right. I got a precept going into what we're talking about real quick. Because hey, when you do these different abominable acts, whether it be worshiping other deities, sodomy, or you know, amongst eating certain foods that makes you unclean, you know, these different things, they make you unclean, man. You know, and the Lord can't be around that, man. He can't dwell within your vessel. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 16. It says, know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High? And this is specifically talking about the Israelites, right? The sons of the power. All right, it says, and that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you. If any man defile the temple of the Most High, him shall the Most High destroy, for the temple of the Most High is holy, which temple ye are. Right? So there's a particular way of life that you follow in order to keep your temple holy unto the Most High. Right? So when you do these abominations, right? Sodomy, that defiles your temple. Now the Most High, he can't dwell inside your vessel anymore, man, because it's defiled. Right? And before being unclean, he has to get rid of you, man. Right? That's why at the Mount Sinai, right, when the Lord came down, He told everybody to wash themselves and the men to stay away from the women for 3 days, man. Right? And to ease yourself outside of the camp because he doesn't want to be around filth, man. You know, so that's really important unto the Most High, man.
Okay, appreciate it back here, brother. This is Deuteronomy chapter 23 and verse 17. It says, "There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel."
Right. So there should be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel, right? Woman out here loosed in a goose, man.
Right. I think Apostle Ramla went into that and was going into that temple prostitute aspect of that whore.
Yeah, even that. Yeah, even when you even look at that, what they call it, the women, what they call them, temple harlots.
Simple hearts. Yeah.
Temple harlots. Yep.
So I got a precept. Proverbs 16:5 says, "Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to Yahweh. Though hand joined in hand, he shall not be unpunished." See, so just going into that, you know, it all goes back to a pride thing, you know. And that's an abomination to the Lord's eyes.
Yeah. Either
That's what they worship in the day, the pride.
Yeah, pride. Yep, pride of wickedness, because they're proud in wickedness.
Yeah.
They're proud and they're boasting of the things that the Lord despises. You see, you can't get no more prouder than that, man. You proud of doing something that the Most High, right, disregards,
Condemn.
Condemns. But you basically, putting a, your middle finger to the Lord.
Yeah, you put a high esteem on
High
it.
esteem. I seen this these women come through. I seen these women today. She had a even though we know that's not the name of Yahweh Shai, but she had a "not today Jesus," basically like blocking him out. Like "not today Jesus." Meaning, yeah, I'm gonna do what I want, but not today. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. Well, that's the spirit on these people. Now, even further going into, like the brother said, dealing with the whore, goes into the temple harlots. A whore of our nation is not even to be, okay? Because that's not something of our nation, of our culture, of what we were to even partake in. Why? Because they be like, well, what you mean by that? Because only a woman was supposed to be really known to one man. Now you had your case-by-case situation of if her husband died. You see? Somebody give me real quick. Was it 1 Corinthians chapter 7? Prove it real quick. Well, other than that, all this spirit of deal with men till you find the one perfect for you. That's bro. That black culture. That's madness. That's complete madness. Then you want to get to.
That's why a lot of these women be messed up in the head, man. Because they got all them spirits on them, man.
Right. And then so you want to get to the level of like, and we always say like everybody was mad at KS Kevin Samuels, but he was right. You telling me you in your 40s now? You in your 40s? 3 kids, and you wanna what you say? What they call that?
A 6-figure man.
A 6-figure man. What?
High value man.
Oh, yeah, that's what he said. So-called of this world. You want a high-value man. And I just used to watch it, and I used to be like, these women are crazy.
All to herself.
All to herself. All to herself. Then you done gave the precious thing that the Lord gave you. You done gave it all up.
Yeah.
To now, to keep me hinned up, and I'm a 6-figure man.
The treasure ain't even buried no more.
Yeah.
Nigga went through and got all the good treasure up out that motherfucker. Left the lid all wide open and shit. Fingerprints all on the golden goblets. You like, God damn. Who been in here, nigga? You pick up the chalice. This bitch got peanut butter jelly stains on it. You like, nigga, I don't want this shit. I mean, if I did clean the motherfucker up, I might could use it, but you want me to just use this just me? I mean, only this? I might want that silver cup over there too.
And it's just,
Anyway, y'all got it.
And it's just really, it's really, and what he was doing was proving that the women of today's society, right, following after the ways to eat through his witchcraft and his media, his movies, and his I said media, so his entertainment, his entertainment witchcraft. Well, a lot of women have developed a bad mindset, an unrealistic mindset, Now, what you really need to do is what? Come back to the Lord. Hey, you women, if y'all repented from that, we ain't talking about you. This don't apply to you. But we are talking about the men and the women that is still in the world. But you men and women that's refraining from these such things, hey, the shoe fit weird, man. You know? Now, of course, if you were to feel guilty and ashamed about these things, I get it. We all are.
Oh yeah.
Shit. We all came from filth. We all dealing with filthy things still, trying to continue to be purged and cleaned up. You see?
That's what the scriptures say. Confusion of face.
Confusion of face, right? But the thing is, we're just bringing it out. We're speaking on it, because don't nobody want to. And the Lord had to put it on our spirit to say, look, this is what you want to say. Go ahead.
I got this Romans.
Check that real quick. 1 Corinthians 7.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse
Don't start at the top. Just try to get to the point.
we'll talk about
Start at. Speak real quick.
Yeah. Cause hey, when you get into it, hey, this whole society is the new Roman Empire all over again, and this alphabet agenda was pushed in ancient Rome, right? It was the norm, public orgies and men with children and all types of stuff. This is nothing new, man. And this is a part of that image of the beast that's being pushed forth.
A lot of that freakism started with Ham.
Yep.
A lot of that freakism started with Ham, man. They got that from you Egyptians, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Going in the river and beating off in the river and shit. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
got
And they got a deeper what do you call it? Witchcraft aspect to it, also, man. Right? With those the fucking Egyptians with their sexual magic, you know. And hey, these elites, they do these different
sex
abominable acts in order to get power on the left hand side, man.
Yep.
Aleister Crowley.
Yep.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 7 in verse 39. It says, the wife is bound by the law as long as her husband liveth, but if her husband be dead, she is at liberty to be married to whom she will, only in the Lord.
See what I'm saying? So there was different case-by-case situations, but this freely, willy-nilly whole idea, this what's our girl? That Amber Rose mindset, but that was off. That was off. That slut walk type of spirit, that was off, man. You know, that 90s R&B hip hop, that early 2000s and all that. Because a lot of that shit was bullshit.
You can go back to the 70s, talking about, you know, me and Mrs. Jones.
Yeah, I learned that from you. Yeah. I didn't know what it was talking about.
Yeah, he's talking about being with somebody else's woman. That's why they got to meet at the cafe at the same time every day, man.
Yeah. Another song called "I Wish You Didn't Trust Me So Much."
Kill him. It's all this.
Yeah,
Kill
it's
him. Listen, man. Kill him.
It's all about adultery. You know, different coded, little different things, man. But you know, a lot of this stuff comes from that scripture you was holding, Isaiah 30, man, about the women destroying, they didn't lead, he destroyed the way of thy paths. Because, you know, I've seen first-hand examples of a woman teach and train and be an example to their daughter of giving a man who got money, make, you know, please him or whatever, and get his money. And then if he acts stupid, go get another one.
Yeah.
You know, like, you get these beta males, and you know, make them feel a little good or whatever, and every now and again, and juice them for their money. You know? Definitely you get some money. You know? And then you'll have a woman who'll get in a relationship and she'll just keep on doing it. Now she can't help herself but to just keep on going out there and having all this sex with all these people.
Okay, after you get this, you hit yours, just switch your gears. Get Revelation 17.
And they really be some of the ones that be looking the good. You know?
Yeah. Dude.
You be the best looking ones or the ones that got a little body. Yeah, because so many people be paying attention to them.
Because you know I be watching them boys, that be doing them pranks. with the women.
Yeah.
Gold digger
The
prince.
gold digger.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
my
no.
gosh.
It's ridiculous.
The gold digger prince.
They switch up quick.
Real quick, they found out you got some money.
Jake is through, bro.
That's your card.
Oh my gosh, bro. I see that.
No, I ain't got no
They be having
boyfriend.
men, too.
I'm gonna go with you.
Yeah.
I be like, I should be looking at. He be like, I thought you said you had a man. Oh, he don't gotta know. Don't worry about him. What?
I was just
I'm
playing.
gonna go with you. Where you going?
And it was just like that quick.
Quick.
That's yours? I be like, but see this whole material.
Materialist.
We about to get into it, cause go ahead, so I can switch gears. Go ahead, hit him.
This is Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 9. It says, the show of their countenance doeth witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom, they hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves.
Yep.
Say ye to the righteous that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their own doings. Woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hands shall be given him. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which led thee caused thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths.
They would lead thee, cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy past. And you have the older generation women, which according to the scriptures are supposed to teach women how to be sober, how to be obedient, you know, keep us at home, da da da. And then what? You got the product of a generation of not being taught properly. I was out doing a delivery, you know what I'm saying, to make some side bread, man, and I was on Carson Street. Oh my gosh, this chick, she bent all the way over and had her leg up, and her head was like on the damn near touching the ground while she was shaking. I'm like, who the fuck child is this?
Right.
You know, like, bitch, you ain't got no better sense than to be on the middle of the street doing this shit. You know?
A lot of influence with the music.
And it had to be shit like that going on inside them too. It was all type of freakism.
Oh yeah.
Out in the street just doing shit.
Going down. The Feast of Bacchus.
Talk about how the
Yep.
women working with women, the things, you know what I'm saying? Men working men, you know.
Going down.
It was all type of shit was going on. Okay.
And you got that, like the brother was saying, the Feast of Bacchus. You got that type of spirit down there in the Caribbean, man. When they're partying and doing those carnivals, them women be wearing all types of scantily clad.
Oh my
clothes,
gosh.
man.
They
Yeah,
have nothing on.
and the DR and all that.
Chicks be out.
Bro,
Out, man.
with the
And
wings
you know
and
what
stuff.
you know what they be singing when they're doing these carnivals? They call it bacchanal.
Come to the camera.
Yeah, they call it bacchanal.
Yeah, so it goes back to the Feast.
Yeah, there you go.
So Bacchus.
That same spirit, man.
Riotous feast of flesh and alcohol.
Yeah, cause you know what else? It's Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras that type of behavior too, bro. So come on, man. This is
Freaknik.
Freaknik. Yeah.
They got rid of it, but
They
Rome 2.0.
They rekindled it.
Yeah, see, because we at the end of this thing, we about to see, look, it's about to go down.
Man,
It's about to go down.
you're gonna be walking down the street downtown and the man's gonna be getting married to a horse, you know?
Well, you got the woman that just got married to the plane. She's talking about she loved the plane. So the plane's name is Dickie. You know? So as we get closer to the end, we're gonna see more bizarre things. You know how you play the game Resident Evil, and you know you go to different levels and it get harder and harder, but you see more creepy, weird ass shit, and it's bizarre. Oh yeah, that's what we hit it to. So go ahead, get yours so I can see it.
This is Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 44, just as what the brother Azariah was saying. It says, behold, everyone that useth proverbs shall use this proverb against thee, saying, as is the mother, so is her daughter. And that's what you have, man. These women learn how to be hoes from their mom. You know? And your mom tells them to play the field. You know?
Mom, auntie, grandma. In a lot of these cases, sisters. Oh, I didn't see. Oh man, woo-hoo.
or they see their mom with multiple men,
Or they see-
multiple
Yep.
situations, and relationships, and they learn that behavior. That's back into training up a child in the way they should go. What's the main example a child goes off of? Their parents. So the flaws of the parents more than likely rub off on the child, man. You know, if your parent is unstable, you may have instability when you get older. You know, unless you learn from somewhere else not to be that way. I got it.
Yeah, because I also want to throw this in there too. Like you men that didn't hold, stand firm and take care of your responsibilities. You talking about bad choice though. Bad choice, but you're going to be held accountable. right? Because a lot of you men, you are what's the word I want to use? A lot of situations that are caused by you, meaning like these abortions. So you got some women that be like, I don't want to get. Oh, I can't watch that word. It might clip us behind now. But I don't want to cancel the fruit of my womb. You be the main one. Like, I got the bread. I'm gonna take you there. We cancel the fruit of the womb. Or you just neglect your children all out because you didn't slept with the neighborhood hoe because you didn't know how to wrap yourself up, and you don't want to look bad and talk bad to and down in front of the homies. But y'all all slept with her, but you was the dummy. So then you just say, no, F Lanisha. You know, I ain't dealing with that child because she a slut. I mean, well, duh.
You knew that before you popped
You
her.
knew that before you popped her. You just so nasty, you know, thinking with your, you know, instead of your head, that now you got the situation. And now it's F her. Because you married this or slept with the slut and with the dumb one that got her pregnant. Come on, man. You know, but that's a part of black culture as well. Not owning up to your responsibility. Go ahead.
Yep.
This is Titus chapter 2 and verse 3. It says, the aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior is becoming holiness.
Start at one.
Okay, come. Titus 2 and verse 1. But speak thou the things which become sound doctrine, that the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, in patience.
Yeah, see, I didn't want to just skip to the woman. I wanted to go to start with the men, because it's all about the men. Proverbs chapter 8, verse 4. You see, O sons of men, whom I call, roughly paraphrasing. Right? So it starts with the men. And that's why when we put buying a strong man first, because they got to attack the man first. So who's going to be top first? The men. Give me Brother Les, give me 1 Corinthians chapter 11. You know? Because y'all going to get on here and talk about, that's all they talk about, the woman. What about the man? We get on the man. We get on the man. But it's not only until we get on you women, until you just start saying, don't get on us anymore. Right? Leave us alone. Why is it all about us? You know? We can go back to Eve if you want to. We could go that route. Through her. Yeah, go ahead there real quick.
You have, get the one where it said if she was learning anything. She learned from her husband.
Oh, no. Read that. Give 1 Corinthians 14, I think.
This is 1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 8.
1 Timothy 2.
But if any provide not for his own, especially for those of his own household, he hath denied the faith and is worse than an infidel.
Yeah, so really, so there's truth. We're getting put on a level to be men. Women are getting put on a level to be women. Right. You know? And from the contrary of what the society has actually taught us. You see? But really, this society really didn't teach us much. You know? Needless to say. It's the scriptures that taught us. It was the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. Through men. You know? Through men. That was the real teachers. You see? Go ahead. So the best teacher, you know, as they say, is yourself. You learn different things and mistakes and experiences through yourself. But the true instructions come from the Holy Scriptures, man. Right? But it's not being what? It's not being pushed at the forefront. It's not being lifted up and hailed as the standard or the banner. No. Folly is. Wickedness is. The way of the world is. You see? So if you even conduct yourself in the manner of the Holy Scriptures, you look at like, yo, like, you're an oddball. You know, people think it's strange that you run out with them. You see?
Right.
Go ahead.
Right, because you have the term husband, right? Which a husband is that's you have something called husbandry, which really is taking care of land, farming, right? So as a man, you know, you're taking care of your family. That's your husbandry, right? You get a woman, you get married unto her, right? You plant the seed into her, the fruit of the womb grows. Now you have to take care of that fruit and the land, which is your woman. The fruit is your children, and your woman is the land.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to take care. That's the true meaning of being a husband, man.
Yeah, and husbandry also deals with the caring of livestock. You know, which can go into certain things too, you know. they needed certain care as well. It ain't just the land, it's the animals, and they food, and they grooming, you know. You had to shear your sheep, you had to do these different things, you know. So there was a lot that went into it as well, you know, but it was a constant caring for and checking on and watering and putting weed. It was a lot of care that went into it, a lot of work.
Yep.
So how would it help without having productive children? How would it help? They there to help you. They held to forward the legacy. But he just want to chill and eat the sheep.
Yeah. Man, let me get the leg, man. I just want the leg, Daddy. Flagging the wine and a leg of lamb.
Hey, look at King
He
David.
put
man.
in on it.
You know, he was taking care of his father's sheep. He was a shepherd, man.
Yeah.
Right, but those were sheep that he inherited from his father. You know? And I got the word for husband in the etymology dictionary too. It says from Old English, husbanda, male head of household, master of house, householder, probably of Old Norse husbandi, master of house, literally house dweller.
Yeah, so for a man to have this type of level, let's just say for the most part, right? Because it's very rare. For a man to have that level, you gotta be empowered.
Oh yeah.
You gotta be for a woman, like right now to say, I'll be submissive to you. Oh, you gotta be like, you know, an NFL player, NBA player. Somewhat, because these millionaires still get cheated on. It's like, what the fuck? They battle women everything. And they still get slapped. Like, man, it's a lose-lose situation for Jake.
A lot of these millionaires aren't even, you can be a millionaire and not be a household.
That's very expensive. See? Why? Because, see, the standard teach you how to be an alpha male in its right way. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures teach you how to be a woman, you know? Not, you know, a submissive woman. And y'all use that word out of context, too, when we say submissive, man. You know what I'm saying?
It
We ain't
just,
talk about-
it ain't just in the bed.
Right. We ain't talk about like in the movie Four Brothers when, you know, that character name was eating at the table and he made the man and the woman get on the table and eat and bark and all that. No, ain't talking about that, man.
Was wicked.
We're not talking about that. But see, that's what Jake think when we say that of a submissive woman. I'm not your slave. So you telling me your man working long fucking hours, right? And you can't make him no meal? And we talking about even people in middle class and millionaires. And a woman is just like, no, why would I do that? Why would he get it made? What the fuck are you talking about?
What are you here for?
So a man might want a out of love home cooked meal. He might want his feet rubbed. Why I gotta go to a massage and have them do it? Why can't I get that feeling from your hands?
Yeah. And then now we gotta worry about the maid stealing shit. We don't know this motherfucker like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then she will make sure she ugly.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you ain't get no fine ass bitch in here cleaning up.
Making you meals.
Come on, oh yeah, baby, you ain't gotta worry about it. You in the living room like, baby, you wanna go to the store and go shopping? How long you gonna be gone? Yeah, he's stupid, man. But
Hey,
you know,
I smell some ice on the floor right here. Come pick this up.
Change the channel for me real quick.
Go ahead.
and they're gonna be like, no, we want Broom Quisha over there. No, we want her with the snacker tooth. Yeah, get that.
Yeah, that's what. But I'm just saying though, it just the society teaches so much out of order. It just doesn't
Yeah.
make sense. You know, but everything in its right aspect. Cause this brother know he'll go into it if he, you know, right.
I was
Everything in
gonna
its
say-
right aspect. Man, it'd be lovely, man.
We
but
fighting a super battle. Like the mind of the woman is being targeted because he knows that they're the weaker vessel. So you getting it from all levels: media, music. You know how many songs tell women to, oh, I'm gonna move on. I don't need you. I don't need a man. I was listening to Apple Music because I just needed something to listen to keep me awake. Rihanna's song started coming on. I'm like, this bitch is wicked, bro. She got this song called Needed Me. I'm like, this shit is hella wicked. The whole song, she just like, oh yeah, you was just fun for a fuck. But I don't need you. You needed me. And I'm like, this is the mindset that's being put on these women of they're the prize, men ain't shit, and we don't need them, they need us. But these same women, like the bro was just speaking on, don't have no home cooking meals, no home keeping meals, no home economic skills, can't sew, can't bake,
right.
can't wash the clothes properly, can't care for if there's animals, and then they get like the bro was going into too of this mindset of, well, I ain't nobody's slave.
Right.
You were created to, the woman's purpose was created to help Adam and to give him company,
A help meet, right?
a help meet for him.
Yeah.
But so that means if your husband needs to do something, you're supposed to accommodate
Yeah, I
him.
got something.
You see? But that ain't happening in this society. But go ahead.
Go ahead, hit these. I wanted to, because we're talking about women, I want to make sure I want to intervene these two different aspects. Read that.
Read 6 verses.
Well, hold on. What you got?
Timothy and 1 Timothy.
Read them two first. 1 Timothy 2 first. I mean, yeah, 1 Timothy 2 and 11 first.
Okay. This is the book of Timothy, 1 Timothy 11,
2
2 and 11.
2 and 11.
Yeah. Okay. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection.
Yep.
But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence.
See, so a woman's not supposed to be teaching in the congregation of men, okay? They're supposed to be in silence and to be in subjection, all right? There's supposed to be a certain reverence. And the scriptures tell you explicitly, now we understand everybody's in the flesh. We're not perfectly obedient to the Most High like we should be. So we understand as a weaker vessel, there's gonna be moments, there's gonna be things, we're gonna fuck up. So you have to remember as the husband, it says what? Dwell with them according to wisdom, right? So you have to be like, okay, she tripping right now. I gotta remember to keep my shit wired tight or it could get fucked up. While the demon's on her, if I let the demon get on me and be like, bitch, what the fuck you think you talking? Now it's a whole situation. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be the one with the wisdom to be like, okay, you have not imparted unto her certain understandings. She don't remember all the time that she ain't supposed to be talking to me like this.
Yeah.
You know, it says to reverence your husband. When you go into that word reverence, it's like it almost talks about a certain fear. It make you feel weird to think about like
revere.
revere. Yeah, it make you feel weird to think about your woman fearing you, but that's how the Lord set it up. He says, submit unto your husband as unto Hamashiach. So how would you feel if Yahweh Shai told you to do something? You'd be like, shit, I need to do that. He said, kiss the son lest he be angry.
Yep, and thou perish from the way.
If you knew there was a consequence, you would act a certain way, but you don't have that, But go ahead.
Give me Jeremiah 6 and 2. Now we're going to get it. Because we're likened to a woman, right? We were supposed to fear Yahweh. Okay? But we didn't. We went off. You see? Hit it.
This is Jeremiah chapter 6 and verse 2. It says, I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman.
I've likened Zion to a comely and delicate woman. So we were a woman to the Lord, right? But somewhere that fear wore off. But what are the things we started partaking in? You see, spiritual idolatry, right? All these different wicked practices. I'll just say that, generalize it. All these different wicked practices.
Yeah.
Now, what happens with the same thing with the women today? When they lose them, when they don't have this fear, so to speak, if they have it or not, or respect, you'll start to see different traits that they'll start to do. Women do it all the time. They'll start with this. And then it may progress. And you like this, you know what I'm saying? This women. You getting worse and worse. Don't play me.
It's really crazy. That's why I say there'll be trouble in the flesh. Because you hear the mindset of the women that they'll be talking like, I don't like nobody that's too nice. I don't like a nice guy. You get boring. I like a little argument. I like a little this and that. Keep it inside. And yeah, it ain't always this and that, but I ain't poor at least. Now you sitting up here trying to balance between when you tell her to shut the fuck up and when you are like, oh baby, you need some consoling. It's hard too because sometimes a woman will be like angry, but they really is a cry for help, and you sit up there like, it's real hard to hug you right now because you pissing me the fuck off. I'm trying to be mad at you, but you don't know how to deal with the emotions you're feeling right now. Shit get kind of wild, man. You be like, fuck.
You'll hear you hear women say crazy things, and you be like, you really just scratch your head because you be like, yo, like, y'all don't know what y'all want.
Yeah.
See, that's all. See, everything is discombobulated because it's confusion. It's confusion because really, following a standard, a woman would say, I want a man. Period. That's it. And we we gonna be the same. We had the same sense of, oh yeah, I want a woman that's follow the Lord. Cause then you gonna what? You gonna get the submissive. You gonna get the shame face. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get all the different things.
You're gonna have a certain level of peace in
You
your
know,
house.
yeah. But we must remember. Read Jeremiah 6:2 again.
Jeremiah chapter 6 and verse 2, I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman.
Right. Now jump to Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 6.
Jeremiah chapter 3 and verse 6.
Right, because you think that we dealing with thorn in the flesh. Okay, and one of them is our woman. Okay? But did you ever think about what we did to the Most High? Right? Of us being his woman. Oh, so now I start to be like, okay, so we effed up. We was just doing all this madness, pissing the Most High off.
Yep.
And he so have mercy.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, but we getting a taste of our own
T-
mess.
did you?
And it's a bitter pill to swallow.
It's very bitter.
But you think,
But now we have an idea of how the Most High was feeling, man. You know, he's making us feel the same way.
I was just about to say, you think you mad? Imagine how the Most High feel.
Oh boy,
You
that's
think
on
you
the high.
pissed? Most High still ain't got his get back.
Long
So
suffering.
you mad at what your wife doing?
Dang,
Most High probably pissed at you. He probably sit there demon, he sends him. Go fuck with him. He ain't do he ain't do the right thing I want him to do today. Go on down there and hop on his wife. Stir some shit up in their house. He ain't go over there and order her right, or he ain't order this properly like he know I want him to. Go start some shit.
Lord got a
Fuck what he
special
talking
spirit
about.
for that.
And now you mad at your wife. The Lord looking at you like, nigga, I'm mad at you. I'm dealing with you.
Right. Start that note. Yeah, start at 6. That's cool.
This is Jeremiah chapter 3 and verse 6. The Lord said also unto me in the days of Josiah the king, hast thou seen that which backsliding Israel hath done? She has gone up upon every high mountain and under every green tree, and there have played the harlots.
Ooh, Israel got many lovers. Many lovers. You know what I'm saying? Just Jake pulling tricks all day. Just pulling tricks. Go ahead.
And I said after she had done all these things, turn thou unto me. But she returned not.
After all, you pulling tricks. You know, you pull up to her on the boulevard. Man, get in the car, man. I'm going to do one more. Man, get your ass in the car. You see? The Lord's still calling us. Like, look, I know what you done. I know what you done. Man, come on. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, by the aspects of the law, we supposed to be like, fuck that hoe. That's how it's supposed to be towards us. Oh, she been defiled, man. She through.
So,
She belonged to the streets.
yeah.
You know?
When you look at the history of the Israelites, it's really like a husband, fight, punishing his woman for real. You know, the relationship between a husband and his woman, right? The husband being the Heavenly Father, the Most High, right? And then the woman being Israel, man. You know?
Yep.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. You know, that's one of the reasons why, when you think about the curses, most men have experience where you get with a woman and she do some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That pain that happens, because of that. But imagine how the Most High feels, Like, damn, you know how much he loved Israel to still be trying to get her back. But she just over here like, I don't want him. She over here still going over it. You know what I'm saying? You see her at the street like, damn, you coming out of somebody's house. What the fuck? Bitch, didn't we just make up the other day? That's some bullshit. You be like, God damn. But that's how the Most High look at us, We as women commit spiritual adultery all the time, man. Jake still doing that shit.
Right now.
Yeah, man. I saw met a Jake the other day. I thought he was listening to the Bible. He listened to some yogi or whatever. So he's like his name. I don't know. He's called a yogi. I would say he's a guru. And I'm like, what you know about the Bible? He completely rejects the Bible. But he'll listen to some yogi.
Yeah, so.
Yogi.
Go ahead.
What can you listen to?
Right.
He said,
But she returned not, and her treacherous sister Judah saw it. And I saw when for all the causes whereby backsliding Israel committed adultery, I had put her away and given her a bill of divorce.
Ooh, see, right? A bill of divorcement. The Lord like, oh, you know what? Okay, I ain't dealing with you. It doesn't mean that he finished us off.
Right.
Don't mean that.
Nope.
Paul tell you that. He's an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin. So we wasn't a finished people. He just like, you know what, as the scriptures say, I forget where it is exactly, that the Lord, he turned his face from us due to our iniquity. Baruch, that's where it's at?
When they said,
Let's
I'm
go
gonna have
ahead.
to find it. I think it's
You know,
somewhere.
the Most High understood with him being all wise and all powerful. He understood the corrupt spirit that's in man. You see what I'm saying? So he had to make that promise with Abraham, so that with the people that he chose, he would not be tempted to get rid of them. You know, because that's the only way.
Yeah.
If the Most High had not sworn by himself, we'd be done.
Be through.
Because it says it's fully set in the hearts of men to do evil.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Right. So unless you, hey, the promise is not contingent upon. It's really not contingent upon what we do.
It's not. It's not.
You know.
Your status of the elect is not contingent upon what you do. It's contingent on if the Most High forgives you. Now, that don't mean you go out there and do dumb shit. But the scriptures say that the elect will be conformed to the image of his son. You see?
Right. And I was speaking as like the whole nation not being put away. You know.
Oh yeah.
You know. So the Lord's gonna make. He's gonna restore his people. Starting with the elect first.
Right?
You know.
Right.
Go ahead. I got that precept.
Two church got to be reborn.
Oh, yeah, hit that real quick.
Gotcha. This is Proverbs chapter 6, verse 34. For jealousy is the rage of a man. Therefore, he will not spare in the day of vengeance.
Yeah, jealousy is the rage of a man. That's an emotion that men feel. Okay? So the Most High is jealous over us. You know, even Paul said, am I not jealous over you with a godly jealousy? Okay? Because Paul seen Jake going off. Worshiping these other guys, you know? Go
Another
ahead.
precept. Exodus chapter 20, verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, Yahweh, thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. All right. So, hey, jealousy is the rage of a man, but who has the where do we get all of our emotions from? Right? The Most High. So the Most High is a jealous power, man. You know, us worshiping all these other deities and going into the way of the heathen, right? The Most High got jealous, basically. You know?
It's like you've been humbled by them. You come, you know,
Yep.
your woman. Imagine you got your woman. She done been around you. She done learned your mannerisms because women pick up on some of the stuff you do. Like maybe you use a certain phrase and they might start using that shit too.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're humble. They get that spirit upon them of you. You know what I'm saying? In some aspects. So imagine she come up with some new shit. She come around with some new mannerisms and things. You like, where you learned this shit from? You know? That's how it was in the Most High. He taught us his ways. He taught us the things that he liked. Here it is. You like well done steak. She come cook the medium rare. Who the hell told you to cook this like this? I ain't teach you this.
Yeah, I don't like it like
There's
this.
some new shit you doing. Wait a minute now. You must be confusing me with somebody. You know? So that, hey man, that's crazy, you know, but that's how the Lord feels, man. Going over here, you come back, you doing some Allah shit.
Right.
Ramadan and shit. What the hell? What type of fast you doing, nigga? Some weird shit. Go ahead.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, Yahweh, thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
Did you just read that?
Yeah, I did.
You did?
But the Spirit had to bring it out again. The Lord's emphasizing.
Oh! I was reading the whole time like,
Yeah, just
where
read
that
it.
scripture?
Yeah, yeah, that's right. The Heavenly Father's a jealous power, man. You know, hey, and you go. We just read that jealousy is the rage of a man, and he will basically. I gotta get it again, right? It talks about the day of vengeance. Yep. Right, cause Our people about to see the jealousy and the fierce anger of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. This is let me go back to it. This is Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 34. For jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. So the Most High has the prophets out here telling you to come back unto the Lord. He's giving you a chance to repent. But all those that want to continue in the folly, they want to continue worshiping these other deities, right? Because if you're not worshiping the Most High, you worshiping Satan, man. Right? The Lord is going to show you that vengeance, man.
Because what would happen according to the law if a woman got caught in the act of adultery?
Oh yeah, done.
She was put to death. See, right now, the Most High is weakening certain ignorances and turning a blind eye, giving you this time, this grace period to repent. All right, with your whoredoms, get done with that. Who was that was told to marry a wife of whoredoms? Is that
Hosea,
Okay.
yep.
Marry a wife of whoredoms and tell her that she may not do them anymore. You know? So, we're a nation of whoredoms. Okay?
Wasn't he supposed to be like the representation of the
He
Most
was.
High, and his wife was supposed to be Israel, right?
Yep. That's what it represented. So, that's us right now. So the Most High is like giving you a period to stop your whoredoms. Quit being Buddhist. Quit doing Islam. Quit doing these different things. Come back to me. Because what's going to happen if you caught in that act of adultery, like it happened according to the law?
Yeah,
Right? You get put to death.
Now, here, the ultimate act of adultery that's coming up right now, right? In a sense, is you taking that ragma, man.
Yeah.
Right? Letting Esau penetrate you with that. Now the Lord's gonna put fire on you for that,
Hey,
man.
and you know what? That's beautiful, because this is why he's holding Revelation chapter 17, dealing with that woman. Because see, we was talking about woman, but there's 3 ways I wanted to put it. Because that woman, right, that's dressed all nice and scarlet, that woman is what presenting what to us. You got to get it. Whole Revelation chapter 13. Go back to yours. Dealing with a woman in Israel. Let's knock that out real quick.
Jeremiah 3 and verse 8. And I saw
17.
when for all the causes whereby backsliding Israel committed adultery, I had put her away and given her a bill of divorce.
Yep.
Yet her treacherous sister Judah feared not, but went and played the harlot also. And it came to pass through the lightness of her whoredom that she defiled the land and committed adultery with stones and with sticks. And yet for all this her treacherous sister Judah have not turned unto me with her whole heart, but is that fingently?
Faintly.
But vainly, saith the Lord. And the Lord said unto me, the backsliding Israel have justified herself more than treacherous Judah. Come. Go and proclaim these words toward the north and say, return thou backsliding Israel, saith the Lord, and I will cause mine anger to fall upon you, for I am merciful, saith the Lord, and I will not keep anger forever.
So it's telling you how Judah seen what happened to Israel, but it wasn't enough to put fear in them. Show you how proud Judah was, man. He's showing you he had 2 wives, Israel and Judah, northern and southern kingdom. Israel went out first and was taken away. And Judah seen everything that happened to Israel, it still went out. Faintly turned up to, I guess I'll come back. I guess I'll come in.
And you know what? When you actually go into the history about the split, Rehoboam, right? He actually did started to do wickedness in Israel, man. After Jeroboam, out of jealousy of the tribes returning unto him, right? He set up that calf, man. But Rehoboam did start to do a different spiritual adulteries against the Most High also.
Continuing on in verse 13, only acknowledge thine iniquity, that thou hast transgressed against the Lord thy God, and hast scattered thy ways to the strangers under every green tree, and ye have not obeyed my voice, saith the Lord. Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord, for I am married unto you. I will take you 1 of a city and 2 of a family, and I will bring you to Zion.
See, so that's the key right there. You got to turn back with your whole mind, your whole heart, all right, to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. seeing it was your mind to go astray, now being returned, seek him 10 times more. All right? So this is the sacrifice that's required. You talk about making yourselves a living sacrifice, man. All right? And part of that sacrifice Paul speaks about is even the praise of the Most High from our lips, man.
Yeah. So as the scripture says, like, well, I'm married to you, married unto you.
Yeah.
And the brother read, jealousy is the rage of a man, which we ain't gonna put the Most High on the level as, you know, as someone on earth, but you get the drift though. Is when he catch people in this act of adultery. Now the brother mentioned it. You know, we're talking about this woman, right? That's gonna present this idolatral, you know, thing because he wants you to be what? Joined hand in hand with him. You see? So okay, so you're done on that. Revelation 17. You got something you want to bring out real quick?
Yeah. Because I mentioned Rehoboam earlier, going into what the brothers was talking about. Real quick, this is Chronicles chapter 12, or 2 Chronicles chapter 12 and verse 14. And it says, the previous verse, I'll go through 13 and 14. It says, so King Rehoboam strengthened himself in Jerusalem and reigned. For Rehoboam was 140 years old when he began to reign. And he reigned 17 years in Jerusalem, the city which the Lord had chosen out of all the tribes of Israel to put his name there. And his mother's name was Naamah, an Ammonitess.
Oh, so I guess, you know, King Solomon is a mamzer, right? Because his mother was an Ammonite. You see? No, man. He came from the loins of King David. He was a Judite.
Yeah.
You see? Hey, that proves that the father, he establishes that lineage through his seed, Numbers 1 and 18. Go ahead.
Yep, and then too, I wanted to make a point earlier, just backing you up. Why don't you have tribes or nations of people named after women? They're all named after the man. Levites. You see what I'm saying? Judites. Yes.
The surname.
They're called after, yeah, exactly. They're called after the name of their father. And the surname is Yasharala or Jacob, right?
And even the daughters of the father would say, yeah, I'm the daughter of,
And they would say who her father
who
was.
her father was.
So that's who dictates it. That's where the honor comes from, the honorifics of things.
Right, you got women today that say, oh, I want to keep my maiden name. Well, your
My
maiden
last
name
name.
is still a surname. It still came from a man.
Yeah, you see silly ass, you might know him, Ricky Williams, where he played for the Dolphins. The running back. The running back. Okay, yeah. Running back number 34. Well, he just changed his last name to the wife's last name because he said, I want to create balance in the relationship.
You just named yourself after another man.
Basically.
That ain't your daddy.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You just simped yourself
Right,
out.
he just simped himself out. Cause Jake threw.
You showed her that you ain't gonna stand on your own too, and that you gonna fold
Yep.
for her emotion's sake.
Right. So, verse 14, it says, he did evil because he prepared not his heart to seek the Lord. Just as the brother was going into seeking him 10 times more. You know, so Rehoboam didn't do that, man. You know?
Yep. Through his old age. Yep. Dealing with the women.
No, I'm talking about Rehoboam, not Solomon.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, this is the Ammonitess was Rehoboam's mother.
We talking about King Solomon. Oh yeah. We talking about King
his
Solomon's son.
Yep.
All right. Kingdom split.
Yeah, but I just wanted to bring that out, you know, some notification.
Yes, lock you. All right. Yep.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 17, starting at the top of 1. And there came one of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore.
Ooh, the judgment of the great whore. So there is no God bless America. And people say, well, why don't I say America in the Bible? Because just imagine if they'd have put America in the Bible. Well, there's no way they would allow this.
It'd be too obvious.
It'd be too obvious, man. The Lord cold, man.
It's cold.
It's cold because it's right there in your face.
Guess what? America means bitter.
Yep. It does.
Right? Yep. This is a very bitter place.
Very, very.
Even these heathens, they get over here, they think everything's cool. They see it on the TV, mansions and cars and clothes. You could start a business, you could do this. As soon as they get over here, like, man, this is some messed up stuff. I'm gonna just get my money and I'm gonna go back home.
Yep. And even when you go into Mystery Babylon, it goes back to the Hebrew word babal, which means confusion.
Yep.
And this place is a place of great confusion. You see?
right.
So all these different things is coded so that you will see the characteristics of a place and say, it's got to be talking about this place. And that's where people who rely on a carnal mindset of tangibility, of things you can touch, see, smell, and hear, and, hard to find, facts and it's on paper, that's where you fall short because these things are of faith. That's why it says these things are spiritually discerned. Man of the flesh cannot receive these things because they are spiritually discerned. All right? Sodom and Egypt. Well, what place is Sodom and Egypt at the same time?
Spiritually.
Spiritually.
Right.
It even says it right there. Spiritually, this place will have these characteristics.
Right.
Absolutely.
And that's why I said spiritually. He's not talking about location geographically.
Yeah.
He's talking about who's pushing this same vibration.
And it says where our Lord was crucified. Well, come on, geographically, we know where that took place. Everyone knows where that took place.
That gives you a third place that is patterned after Rome. That gives you a third place. That's crazy.
2.0.
Yep, that's right.
Oh no, just continue.
That sitteth upon many waters.
That sit up upon many waters, right? So these waters represent the nations. We jump to verse 15 in the 17th verse, right? Go ahead.
With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness.
Right,
And I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast.
Well, so we're not going to jump past that. So one of the ways we know that that's talking about American Babylon the Great as well is how the kings and the merchants of the earth, how they come deal with a place. What place around the earth because everyone got different trades going on. Don't get it twisted. But the main place in the world that you see who is an importing country is the great city, Babylon. Babylon is an importing country. The number one. When you look at everything, you basically see. Just go into a store, just anywhere. Just pick up the back of things and say,
Made in China.
printed in China.
Made in Pakistan.
You know,
Made
right.
in India.
Italy. Different places. Come on,
Taiwan.
man. Taiwan.
Taiwan. Right. Philippines.
You see?
You know, you ride down the street. The car you ride in it, man. Where did that come from? Who got the contract to sell all their Toyotas here? Ammonites.
Merchants.
So Honda,
Mm-hmm.
right? All these different places that
Kia.
create these cars. Kia. Look at your Toshiba TVs.
Volkswagen.
Volkswagen.
Sony is a Japanese
Sony.
company, isn't it?
I believe it is too. Sony, right? A lot of your technology, that's made in Asia, man. You know, they have companies that they have bases over here, man.
So this is why these merchants, these kings that committed fornication, that had ties and laid in bed with this whore, is going to be pissed. Oh, I came in on my money. Everything that we ever wished for, all the different things, it's over. It ends now. It stops now. Go ahead, brother. Having a good time, Hey, why not? Why not? Why not have a good? Yeah, right. Be some brothers on that joint. But having a good time. Hey, young people do what they do. We doing what we doing, and they doing what they doing. Right? Go ahead.
So daughter of Edom.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Full of names of blasphemy,
Yep.
having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Right.
And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color.
Right. So this place was the full of names of blasphemy, having what? 7 heads and 10 horns. Look at their construct of their system, how they got it set up within the NATO and EU. You see? But it expanded now. It expanded to more of these different nations and allies that they got with them, a part of this beast system. But at the same time, all thy men of thy confederacy have deceived thee. So you got these different nations breaking off, in rebelling and saying, wait a minute. Oh, we got dealings with the big bear, which is Russia. You want to do what? Nah. You want to disarm us? No, we're not going for that. Right? You want us to cut ties? We're not going for that. That's just out. You see?
As the brother is saying, hey, America has, you know, it has the influence in the world, and a lot of people want to do trade with America. You know, for a long time, you know, things are starting to change, right? So whenever America wants a country to get rid of their nuclear weapons, right? A nuclear deal. We want you to denuclearize to help your people. It'll help your economy, right? If you don't do that, what do? They'll put sanctions on you. They'll say, oh, well, we're going to push you out of the oil market, or we're not going to allow you to trade over here in America. You can't ship this in here to try and cripple your economy.
Yep. They want to have that. They want to have that ultimate power. And you got many instances with, you know, back in, you know, times of when Jake was ruling, or not ruling, but when Jake was over here in the Americas, you know, after a lot of different times, you had I forget what they called them, their cavalry or whatever it was back then. They would have these different large parties and groups to go confiscate the weapons, right? Because they was fearing people. They was fearing Jake of basically rebelling or coming to take them over. But you see that same thing happening today of disarming the people, because that gives you what? That gives you home court advantage.
You see that? You see that example? And I don't know if brothers have ever watched this. A movie called Hidalgo, right? It's about a Edomite riding on a horse, right? But he's real close with the Gadites, or the natives on the land. So the cavalry will come in. There's a scene where the cavalry's coming in, you know, and they're confiscating all the weapons from the natives to try to get them to surrender, which they ended up massacring everybody. You know, because a gun went off or whatever, and they just started shooting everybody, you know. But there's a scene where they're coming to confiscate all their weapons, and they were killing the Mustangs, the wild horses, because Gad they would ride on wild horses, man. You know, they were killing all the horses. They was basically taking all the resources from Gad, man.
That's how they get down. But yeah, and America's still trying to do that today in the world, but that shit is over. That's out. The Lord, you know, got it to the point where it's over, man. Go ahead, brother.
And decked with gold and
Read
precious
that.
stones.
Start at the top for that scripture.
And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color.
Where you at?
This is going to be chapter 17, verse 4 in Revelation. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthfulness.
Yeah, so hey, look, this woman, she's looking glamorous. You know, she walk into the room, spotlight on her. You see? But what's coming with this woman is what? Filth, pollution, democracy, philosophies, you know, war. You know, really, because through her philosophies and democracy, it's all pollutions, and it's not. It's a war in your mind. You see, all that comes with it. Go ahead, with this woman who's looking so glamorous, right? Go ahead.
And filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was a name written: Mystery Babylon, the Great, the mother of harlots, and abominations of the earth.
Yep. The mother of harlots, the abominations of the earth. There's no other place than here in America, Babylon the Great. But the scriptures is using it as an allegory for this woman to represent here. So yes, it's called the Great City. It's being alluded to this woman. It's you know, the place of confusion. It's the land of Asareth. It's
daughter of
help me out, brothers.
The daughter of the Chaldeans.
You know,
the daughter of
Daughter of
Babylon.
spiritually Sodom in Egypt.
The mother of harlots and abominations.
Yeah. So there's all these different code words to talk about this place that will play a big role in the end times of spreading major wickedness.
Right.
You know, Babylon have been a golden cup in the hand of the Lord. With it, he made the nations drunk.
Right. But but when you think about the woman, how she presented herself to, you know, because you know sometimes that can blind a man, like the beauty. What's this scripture says? Stumble not upon the beauty of the woman, or the nations stumbled at the beauty of America, Babylon the Great. So as they drunk this wine, now it talks about the nations being mad.
They already through. You know?
Or you can think about the nations as other women who saw this woman prospering and patterned herself after this woman. I want to be like her. She got this, she got that, she decked in gold and all these different things. Shit, I'm gonna make myself like her. Maybe many lovers will come unto me if I position myself like her.
Can I be your protege?
Right. Yeah.
Hey, you
I'll
have
be
a
your
lot.
apprentice.
Apprentice.
You have a lot of these nations that come over from their country, and they forsake their culture.
Yeah.
They forsake their culture and they follow the ways of Babylon, man. You know?
What was that called back in the day? Walk the runway? Was it with Tyra Banks? You know what I'm saying? They were all she would show them. She would show the example and they would have to follow suit. Come on, man. Same thing. You know? When she said you gotta walk how I walk. Make the face that I make. You know? Strut. I don't know how she did it, I'm just saying. Good. Oh, yeah, that's it on that, right, Fab? Cool. So basically, now we get into this woman, right? So we talked about the woman of the earth, okay? And we talked about how Israel as a nation, was also known as a woman too, you know, to the Most High, which we are a woman to the Most High. So that's why we must carry ourselves as this a woman of value, a woman that's loyal, you know, a loyal woman. Okay, so we switch from this to now jumping into the same woman that the Most High don't want to catch you in bed with, which is American Babylon the Great. And this is one of the main keys how he's trying to get you in bed with him through his digital technology, the Charagma. You got it, bro. Take it away.
Let's get it. Yep. Let's go, champ. This is Revelations chapter 13, and I'll start at verse 15. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. It says that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
So how do we see this image of the beast speaking?
Right, we see this image of the beast speaking through the setup of America, right? The different philosophies of America, right? As case in point, what was going on today, which is probably the alphabet community, right? Now, what was the beast, right? The ancient Roman Empire, right? And the word image goes into likeness.
Yep.
Right now, what was the ancient Roman Empire like, right? Same alphabet agenda, man.
Yep.
Same transformers, right? The same, right? Heavy taxation. The same government setup, the Senate and seeming to elect your officials, right?
Entertainment.
Right. Entertainment, bread and circuses. We got that today. The hyperinflation.
The value on the currencies.
The structural. What is it?
Architecture.
The architecture,
right?
Political.
Wasn't that dude Draco? Wasn't he in Rome?
Draco was
Greek. He was Greek. He was in Athens.
That's where you get your
Draconian law. Yeah, Draconian.
Yep. They're Edomites too.
They're the
And
same,
they got the same
they're
architecture.
the same, basically.
Didn't he have Caesars?
That's what you're talking about. The elected officials.
Right. So that's how that image or that likeness of ancient Rome is speaking. America is set up the same way.
And he had the power to do it, and he pushed it.
Yep.
He pushed it across the globe.
Yep.
You know, to as many people as will not conform to this democracy system or some form of it, they get X'd out. And they'll kill their leaders. See? They get put to death. He had the power to do that. And he'll propagandize and justify the killing of these people unrighteously.
Yep.
He'll say, oh yeah, they're dictators, they're harming their people while he doing the shit to his people. He you know what I'm saying? On one hand, he fucking his own people up, and then he come over here and say, don't look at this hand, nigga. Look at this hand. Muammar Gaddafi, get his ass. Did he get Castro too?
Fidel Castro.
Fidel Castro.
I know he demonized a lot of
He
people.
demonized it for sure.
And got it to a point where them niggas got put out or killed, and then he came with the other hand and put his little puppet, you know, somebody who's gonna play nice with him in there.
That's what they try to do in Venezuela with Juan Guaido and Nicolas. Can't remember his last name. But the current president of Venezuela, they try to put another guy up in there, right? They try to demonize him on the news,
Yep.
you know.
Yep.
So that's what he does. He causes that you ain't getting with it, you dying.
Fucking
Kill
Paul
your
White
ass.
don't look like the Hispanic version of Barack Obama. You know? So continuing on, it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, a charagma, in their hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
Yeah, so it's talking about the charagma to be placed in your right hand or in your forehead. You see, but this is how he's trying to get you joined into him. This is how he's trying to get you in the bed. You know, because it talks about, give me Revelation chapter 14. It talks about if you're not worshiping worshiping the image of the beast or taking a charagma, then you out of there. That's his agenda. But where is that about to be established at and heavily promoted? But we see it starting with, well, I'm gonna say start with because you got it going on over there in Europe as well, under the banner of the NFC, near field communication.
Yeah.
Over here is the RFID chip with the radio frequency identification card. So it's just all these different places. It's like it's simultaneously going on.
Yeah. Yeah, and I had a guy today through the Spirit. He said to me, he said I should start NFTing certain things. He was like, you should start NFTing. He said, and pretty soon everything is gonna be tokenized.
Yeah.
I said, okay. That happened today, you know?
Talk about that later.
Yeah,
I'm talking about, you know.
yeah, of
Go
course,
ahead,
yeah,
go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's just showing you everything's going digital.
Mm-hmm.
And once everything gets digital, he's gonna feel like he has established his pseudo godship, the pseudo godhood of being able to monitor everything that happens, at least to a point of where he can monitor everything that matters. You know, because outside of his system, you won't matter. You won't be economically impactful, and none of that stuff is going. You're gonna be like you're gonna be a non-existent.
But see, that's the plan. To have you in what? To have you in full subjection.
A persona non grata. A person that don't matter or don't exist.
Okay. All right. So he wants to have you in full subjection, and by the way of doing this, right, he's going to have that, right? Because he got the resources, right? He got the resources. You know, he has everything in control. So it's like, look, if you're not taking this charagma, you can't buy or sell
Yep.
unless you have it. What you gonna do? The choice is yours. You see, this is his plan, and you taking this charagma is basically saying, you know what? I'm gonna get in bed with you. You know?
Well, that's why it says that they would no longer stay upon them that smote him. We ain't gonna be relying on E at that point. We're gonna have to rely on the Most High. How about Shemi Awashah, man?
That's right.
And the Most High has the power. You gotta understand something. The Most High works on the minds of men.
Mm-hmm.
He could get you favor in any situation, man. It's just all about you being in line with him. I had a conversation today that was along the lines of that dream that a brother had of when he went to the store and he said he thought the guy was an angel and he changed the price for him on a certain item.
Yep.
I was talking to a guy today on a cut of meat and I was like, man, ain't they normally $7.99? He put it in, he was like, no, they $9.99, but I'll change it for you. I was like, you know, okay. See, the Most High knows that's a simple thing. That's a light thing for the Lord to just change it. Give it to him for free. You know, whatever, you know, that ain't nothing, man. That ain't nothing to the Lord.
Yeah. And he about to come with it. So like how the bros mentioned in NFTs and this whole digital setup. Oh, it's coming. Carbon footprint. This carbon footprint, that whole system is coming because he wants you tracked. He wants you on the grid. He wants to have full control over you.
Yep.
He wants to be that Godhead. You know? Yep.
Revelation chapter 14 and verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his charagma in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
You see, so you see the judgment that happens behind this of you committing your fornication and you worshiping in the image of the beast and you ultimately taking the karabma, because that's what you're doing. That's what you're gonna do. If you down and in the league with the system, yeah, you're gonna take it. You know, so you're gonna be caught in the act. You're gonna be caught in bed when the Lord returns. You done.
Yeah, you done.
Hey, if you think about it in a marriage sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Hey, those who are already partaking in the image of the beast. Those are already who are in this lifestyle, right? They're already prepared, right, to what you call consummate this unholy marriage. Man. They're already prepared to consummate it.
They already getting it in.
Yeah.
They passed that.
Yeah.
They done been broke through.
Yeah.
They just gonna keep on getting it on until it's over with.
Yeah.
I know what you mean though.
Yeah. They already getting in, you know. But right. So but for those who haven't been penetrated yet by that sea rock, by that that Karax, right, and had that seed planted, which is that sea ragma, right? For those who haven't been penetrated by that yet, right? They're already prepared for it, man. They're already prepared for it to have it official, you know. Like, all right, this is official. I'm gonna do what this devil says, man. It's basically you esteeming this devil as your power, man. And the Lord ain't like it talks about the jealous man. He ain't gonna spare in the day of vengeance.
There you go.
That's he putting his surname in you, basically.
Yep.
I'm your power, you're my servant.
He's humbling another man's wife. So now
We're the women that are crying out. He's trying to rape our people. We're crying out, man. The elect are gonna cry out.
good example. You ever seen them little skits or like examples in movies or in common media where a woman get it put on her and then she be like, "Yes, daddy."
Yep.
That's how the 2/3 is to eat.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes, daddy. Yes, daddy. Eat whatever you want. You want a sandwich? Okay. You know. Meanwhile, your husband at home like, "Where this bitch at, niggas? 2 a.m." You know.
You walk in, you find her with him. Oh, now both of y'all niggas.
Butt ass nigga.
Both of y'all gotta die now with my robe.
Hey, yo, Peter, get the sword.
Stay with my robe on.
Yeah, what?
My robe.
What is strap back? Get the sword.
Get the strap.
Go ahead, bro.
Gather
You
the
close now.
assembly. We must stone them. All right, so with that, we want to give all honor, glory, and praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. These blessings and salutations to the whole for the elect.
Right.
With that, we want to say shalom.
Shalom.
Why Baba Ball.
Ababa Ball.
Get the strap.
I know this bitch didn't.